It is a beautiful night for football out there. We thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Hoyt.
And I'm Faith Woodard. Panther Stadium starting to fill up ahead of the Salt Bowl over in Benton.
Yeah, thousands of football fans out tonight for the season kickoffs at high school fields across the state. We go to Tom Brannon. What are we expecting weather-wise out there?
Well, a near perfect evening for high school football. Temperature is winding up in the low 80s for that 6 o'clock kickoff. Here's what you can expect if you're traveling down to Benton. Our numbers will drop off into the lower 70s by 9-10 o'clock. A very pleasant evening for high school football, and the same tomorrow for the Razorbacks up in Fayetteville. I'll get to that forecast momentarily. Current numbers: Little Rock 82, 80 Arkadelphia. A little less cloud cover northeast Arkansas. Jonesboro currently 87, but clouds keeping the temperatures down in southwest Arkansas. For the Little Rock metro area, our numbers will start off in the low 80s and they'll drop off into the middle 60s by tomorrow morning, under mostly fair to mostly clear skies. And here's the rest of your Labor Day holiday weekend forecast. Not a worry whatsoever, aside from an isolated shower possibly on Monday. Got the Razorback forecast coming in just a few minutes.
All right, Tom, thanks. If you live in Sherwood or Conway, you might have seen these food trucks going around. It says Arkansas Pineapple Whip on the outside.
They've been serving up sweet treats every summer since 2012, but tonight they're out in the cold after thieves hit both of their locations.
And THV 11's Carter Thweet tells us what happened and how the owners are trying to bounce back.
Gets the smiles on everybody's faces when they come up here.
That's what Gabby Bergen says is special about owning a place like Arkansas Pineapple Whip. She took it over 4 years ago after her uncle started it in 2012 and is doing a great job, according to customers like Melanie Ship.
I told her, I was like, have you ever had a pineapple whip? And she said no. I said, oh, we're whipping back into the parking lot and we're getting pineapple whip because it's amazing.
But this week, Bergen showed up one morning to find something unexpected. The trucks had been robbed, both in Conway and at the Sherwood location.
Wednesday night we were broken into. They did some pretty good damage and got some things.
The signs of breaking and entering are still here. Bergen tells me this door looked a lot worse before they tidied it up, but you can still see the lock ripped out of place and the hole where they bust through the door.
We realized it yesterday morning. I mean, it hurt, I'm not gonna lie.
Both Conway and Sherwood police tell me they're investigating, but can't reveal many more details at this time. For Bergen's part, she and the staff are trying to move past it. They were closed Thursday, but Friday, we're back open for business.
Obviously, come see our employees, tell them it's gonna be okay, because they are a little scared.
And maybe buy a pineapple whip too. I can attest, they're pretty good. For THV 11 News, I'm Carter Thweet.
Carter, thank you. Bergen is offering $200 and free pineapple whips all next summer for any information that leads to an arrest.
From pineapples to pine trees, tonight a warning from the University of Arkansas at Monticello. A fungal disease infecting South Arkansas's forests has scientists on high alert.
Yeah, it's called brown spot needle blight, and it infects pine needles. It's leading to premature needle loss, and that stunts growth and long-term stress that eventually makes the trees more vulnerable to pests and pathogens. The disease has been around for a while, but experts say it hadn't been a problem until now because it's affecting more loblolly pines. That's the most important tree species in Arkansas's timber industry. It's been found in 25 counties, with 11 new counties just this year. It's
not super easy because it takes a lot of time and money to set up a mill. And I think sometimes there's some misperceptions about forestry activity, that if people are cutting down trees, it's bad, when actually it's good for forest health to remove trees when you have too many of them.
Sims says there is, however, a new mill opening on the west side of Monticello, so she's hopeful that will help. In the meantime, the school's Forest Health Research Center is working on ways to keep the forest healthy to try and reduce the economic impact on the lumber industry.
Well, tonight we're learning that Cleveland County Judge Jimmy Cummings has passed away yesterday after a car crash near Kingsland, Arkansas. The Judge Cummings was serving in his first term as the judge after winning vote back in 2022. Congressman Bruce Westerman represents the area. He posted a statement calling Cummings a dedicated leader and committed public servant. The Quorum Court in Cleveland County will pick an interim judge to fill in until the next election.
Tonight, a ceremony at the monument dedicated to the Little Rock Nine on the grounds of the Arkansas State Capitol. 68 years ago, 9 students attended Little Rock Central High, the first black students at the all-white school. One of the Little Rock Nine was at today's ceremony, Elizabeth Eckford. She talked about her memories of that school year and the troubles and dangers she saw heading to class every day. She acknowledged the history she and the others made, but still applauded the students who came after her for persevering before the high school was officially integrated more than a decade later.
My mantra has become that we can never have true racial reconciliation until we honestly acknowledge our painful but shared past. Not myth-making, not pretty stories, but the real truth.
Eckford later served in the U.S. Army. She became a teacher, reporter, and public servant, and now shares her story nationwide, reminding young people that even small acts of courage can spark real change.
High school football in Arkansas returns in less than an hour. Well, actually, there was a great game just against Maumelle and Sylvan Hills last night.
That was crazy. But for most of the state, it is their first game of the year tonight. Tyler Cass is out at Robinson ahead of the Senators matchup with Pulaski Academy.
And Nick Luttrell is out at warm-up. Oh, wait, pardon me. Nick is in Benton ahead of the Salt Bowl with that big change this year. Nick, tell us about that big rivalry.
Well, guys, as you mentioned, it is the biggest game in Arkansas high school football every season. It's the Salt Bowl. We're used to seeing it in that big old War Memorial Stadium. Now, though, it's returned home to Saline County. Bryant will have their turn next year. This year, it's the Benton Panthers here at Panther Stadium playing in their own home stadium. Now, it's been a while since this game has been here in Benton. It's also been a while since the Panthers have beat the Hornets. You got to go back to 2005 to see the last time that happened. But that aside, players and coaches on both sides are ready for the return of the Salt Bowl to home stadiums.
I'm more excited this year because it's going to be a lot more packed out, and playing in a smaller stadium than War Memorial, it's going to be a lot louder.
And to be able to take over their field is going to be a great feeling. I'm excited for the crowd energy and just all that comes with the Salt Bowl.
It's going to be close quarters, a lot of people, very loud.
I feel like it's going to be an action-packed game, very great game.
Once again, expectations are at an all-time high for both programs. Benton will return quarterback Drew Davis. Bryant still in a little bit of a quarterback battle, but they've got weapons all around the field, including on the defensive side of the ball. So it's setting up for, again, one of the more highly anticipated matchups of the high school football season. It's Bryant, it's Benton, it's the Salt Bowl, and it's really exciting. Tyler?
Yeah, Nick, and of course the Salt Bowl, just one ingredient in a veritable cornucopia of high school football action around the state tonight. I'm at Joe T. Robinson, where they're getting ready to host PA. We've got some more rivalry games going down in just week 0. Our cup runneth over with high school football. I'll be back later on in sports to break it all down, plus take a look ahead at the weekend to come in college football as well. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. For now, though, live from Joe T. Robinson, Tyler Capp, THV 11 Sports. Guys.
All right, Tyler, thank you. Of course, the Razorbacks kick off their season tomorrow. We've got a heads up from police on how planning ahead of that game will help you call the Hogs safely.
Speaking of Razorbacks, here is a look at that forecast tomorrow. Kickoff at 3:15. It'll be in the upper 80s by that time period. We'll see those temps drop off into the lower 80s by the time the game wraps up. A beautiful day for college football.
And maybe if you're sitting in the stands tonight, you can keep track of what's going on through the THV 11 Plus app. When we finish up here, we're going to take a look back at the damage from Hurricane Katrina and the deadly flooding in Texas this past summer. Then we're back with you tonight at 10 for the latest news, headlines, and of course the first Friday night blitz of the season.